gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Tonight, Winston-Salem police are investigating not one, not two, but 3 separate shootings that have occurred within hours of each other here in the city. While details right now are still limited, it's an uncomfortable pattern of violence. Let's start with the first one around 7:30 p.m. yesterday. Officers responded to Burl Street, where they found a 16-year-old with multiple gunshot wounds.
Wow, so we got 3 separate shootings in Winston-Salem. I believe this is South Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. But you have just the community on fire. You got a 16-year-old deceased in one of these shootings, which makes absolutely no sense, man. We got so many young people falling victim to these demon time activities. And it's feeling like it's only getting more and more dangerous.
The teenager died from his injuries. Later, police were called to a shooting on North Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. Officers say 24-year-old Edwin Graciano was shot. He was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Then early Saturday morning, officers responded to Cameron Avenue near New Walkertown Road. This security footage from a neighbor shows officers arriving at the scene around 2 in the morning. The 3 individuals pronounced dead at the scene were a 17-year-old, an 18-year-old, and a 23-year-old. The victims' names in this case have not been released, as family notifications are still underway. Investigations in this case are still ongoing, but police are encouraging anyone with any information to contact Winston-Salem Crime Stoppers. We will update you when we learn more. But for now, in Winston-Salem, I'm Manning Franks, WFMY News 2.
This TikTok of 16-year-old Quay Lewis shows a kid who loved his family. A kid who was full of spirit before his time ran out.
He's always the one that dances. He's the dancer. If his music's on, he's going to get on the dance floor. If you're looking for Quay, he's pretty much on the dance floor.
That's the teen's aunt, Nikki Johnson. She says Lewis was always laughing, always playing a prank on someone.
Me and him was really close. That was like my child. So he's like another son to me.
Police say Lewis was shot and killed Friday night off Burl Street. Right now, police are still investigating this case along with several others from this weekend, resulting in the deaths of 5 young people.
Stop the violence, y'all. Stop the violence.
So we got a brother protesting on the side of the street, asking for the violence to stop. You know, it looks good, but what is this really doing? Just getting people to honk their horns? I mean, we have to get a whole culture shift because we are glorifying the wrong stuff. You got these YNs in the streets glorifying, deleting each other, and they're getting paychecks for it. Let's be honest. They are getting paid for it. And a lot of the people are supporting them amongst the community and other communities for that matter. And we're losing substance in our media. It's just becoming a cesspool. And I think that's something that we have to kind of address ultimately, and figure out how do we get back to the root of it all. But at this point, I don't know, because this type of stuff is happening all over the country, and the unification and everyone being on the same type of mindset is going to be difficult to accomplish.
Corey McCann felt he had to do something.
The one thing that we do know for sure is that if we sit and do absolutely nothing, it will absolutely continue.
As president of Rally Up, a nonprofit working to end violence, he marched with a few others Sunday to make sure the community knew about the tragic weekend.
That's not normal. That's not normal, y'all.
McCann says there's no simple fix, but the answer starts with showing up.
I'm not only infuriated, but I'm also concerned because I have small children getting ready to go into middle school and getting ready to go into their puberty stages, and they have friends that are adversely influenced by these types of things.
As McCann continues to fight for change,
Community, we can make a difference.
Johnson and her family are pushing for a sense of closure.
Right now, we're just hoping that we can find justice, and we're just looking for prayers and support through our time.
As his family continues to mourn, others in Winston-Salem are hoping his death marks a turning point, not just another tragedy. Again, Quay is one of 5 young people killed. His death happened Friday, 3 Saturday, and 1 more early this morning. The latest shooting happened just after midnight on North Patterson. Police say they found 20-year-old Deshaun Capers with a gunshot wound. There aren't any more details right now because police are still investigating. We've asked police if the shootings are related. We're still waiting to hear back.
Early this morning, Winston-Salem police responded to a shooting in the 900 block of Cameron Avenue. And when they got there, officers found a 17-year-old, an 18-year-old, and a 23-year-old outside of the residence, all suffering from gunshot wounds.
Damn.
Emergency medical services arrived.
So this was a triple homicide here on Cameron Avenue in Winston-Salem, and part of the overarching violence that happened over the weekend. And you have to wonder to yourself, man, what is driving these people to absolutely crash out? These super gremlins are on demon time.
I've pronounced all 3 of them dead. Police say there was a gathering taking place at the location when the shooting happened.
Units responded 1014. It looked like it was going to be a big house party right at the corner. A lot of people are trying to leave right now.
Oh, so here we go. Another unsanctioned gathering, a large gathering that ultimately turned into almost a mass shooting, but they have the same fatality effect as a mass shooting where you have 3 dead here, and you hear the woman screaming in the background because I'm sure it was a hectic scene. You got people trying to throw a party, some beef happens, fisticuffs get thrown. Seconds later, gunfire.
Let them leave, don't try to stop.
And that was just a clip from the 911 call showing you just how chaotic that scene was. Now, police say they're waiting to release the victims' names until after all the families have been notified. But first, we are following breaking news out of Winston-Salem. Police are investigating a triple homicide that happened shortly after 1:30 this morning. Officers were called to Cameron Avenue near East 9th Street, where they found 3 victims, ages 17, 18, and 23, all suffering from gunshot wounds outside of a home. All 3 died at the scene. Their names are not being released at this time. It is still unclear what led to that deadly gunfire, but investigators believe there was a gathering at the home prior to that shooting. We begin in Winston-Salem, where police are investigating a triple homicide. It happened at a home on Cameron Avenue near 9th Street shortly after 1:30 a.m. That's where officers found the 3 victims, ages 17, 18, and 23, suffering from gunshot wounds. All 3 died at the scene. Their names are not being released at this time. It is unclear what led to that deadly gunfire, but investigators believe there was a gathering at the home prior to that shooting. We have reached out to police for more information, and we will bring you any updates we receive, both on air and online. But first at 6, we now know the identity of the youngest victim in Saturday's triple homicide in Winston-Salem. The family of Destiny Quiterio shared this photo with us of the beloved 17-year-old. Our Joshua Davis is in studio with the message tonight from this grieving family.
So you have here one of the young ladies who was killed in this triple homicide. Pretty crazy. This young woman's life was taken abruptly, cut short because of the demonic activity going on in the Black community. And there needs to be hell to pay. There needs to be justice. Also, people need to, stop going to these large gatherings, these large events, man. I'm telling you right now, you don't know who got what, and if people ain't getting patted down, it's over.
The family of Destiny Quiterio say she had a spirit that lit up every room. The 17-year-old was killed just days away from her 18th birthday.
3 subjects have been shot.
A heartbreaking scene early Saturday morning.
Keep EMS coming. We're going to need at least 3 ambulances.
Winston-Salem police arriving to Cameron Avenue to find 3 people dead. Family confirms one of the victims to be 17-year-old Destiny Quiterio. In a statement to WXII, the teenager's family said, quote, "Her time with us was far too short, but her love, laughter, and presence left a lasting mark on all of our hearts," end quote. The shooting has left the neighborhood in shock.
This is the worst I've ever seen, and it's unnerving, very much so.
That neighbor says she woke to police lights filling the street as family and friends gathered in grief.
And they got grandma scared to death to sit out outside of her porch. And that's no way to live, man. It's crazy what we got going on.
She said the 3 people were shot. And I asked them, I said, well, are they okay? She said, unfortunately not. And I just wanted to scream at that time, you know, being that close. And I said, well, were you all related to him? And they said, yes. I said, well, I'm so sorry. That's all I could say. I'm so sorry.
She says she can only pray and hope for the violence to stop.
I hope these people will put these guns away.
Destiny Quiterio's family has created a GoFundMe to help with funeral expenses. We'll have those details on WXII12.com. In studio, I'm Joshua Davis for WXII 12 News.
Joshua, thank you. WXII has reached out to Winston-Salem police about the identities of the 18 and 23-year-old victims. We also asked if a suspect is in custody. We are still waiting to hear back on those questions. The motive of the shooting is still under investigation.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Jenquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time.
All right, so here we have the police addressing what happened this weekend. I'm gonna just let him, you know, update us and let us know what's really going on. I might interject here and there, but I mean, we see this happen all the time, and I think it's important to highlight who some of these victims are and just how they are meeting an untimely demise.
And answer about some of the events, understanding that the press releases you received about the details on the investigations, there's no more information I can add to that. So, what questions do you have?
Do you suspect that the cases are related in any way? And part of that question would be, is there any similar MO that you observe?
Yeah, as it relates to those investigations, right now there's no information that leads us to believe they're related. You asked about MO. The MO is that there are young folks involved, a lot of teenagers involved in these.
All right, so he's saying that these shootings were not necessarily directly connected, but it's a lot of young folks involved, a lot of teenagers. What he means is YNs, okay? Young ninjas who are out here cutting the fool, acting out, participating in op culture, participating in crash out culture.
Right, so there is a case where we know that there's associations with gangs, validated gang members, and so it being a gang violent act has not been ruled out.
Is that the case with the 3?
Yes, that's going to be on Cameron Avenue. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do we?
So this is, you know, some type of gang shooting. Like I said, you go to these large gatherings, you don't know who's showing up, who's beefing with who. This person's upset with that person. They see them, it's on site. They already said it on Facebook and on Instagram Live that it's on site when I see you, and then they really see them and you know, fireworks.
Like the names of the gangs. I didn't know, are gangs a problem
There are gangs in Winston-Salem, and the problem is we have youth who will choose gangs as part of their families.
Chief Ben, how many homicides have there been in Winston-Salem to date?
As of today, there's 16, which is slightly less than last year.
Chief Ben, you've spoken at length in the past about this community coming together and taking actions to prevent violence from even happening in the first place. I mean, in an instance like this, would you have a similar message to this community? Is there something different, a different action that you think this community can take?
No, the message hasn't changed. The community is the village, and we have a responsibility, particularly to our youth, to guide them, support them, and lead them in the right direction. You pay attention because the question about MO, I want everyone to take some time and look at the ages of those involved and pay attention to the time. Pay attention to the time and the ages.
He's saying basically that a lot of these parents are letting their kids go out at wee hours of the night, and we know nothing happens good after 10 p.m. Forget 12 p.m., 10 p.m. And that's what we're seeing here.
Not just the numbers, but pay attention to that. And then think about what I've been saying.
And then the homeowners did mention that they are fearful that the individuals responsible for that shooting over Cameron Ave would come back. Is there going to be any increased patrols in that area by the police department?
Yes, we're going to increase patrol in that area. It's unfortunate that the homeowner feels that way, and it's unfortunate what happened there occurred. No, that's not ruled out.
Chief, question for you. So one of the things that you said, and you always emphasize community, but it seems that the community, is there a lack of communication there between you and the community because it seems that there's 5 homicides, so obviously the community was for you or them, something's not going right there.
So we have a city of over 250,000 people. And most of our community, they're doing the right thing on a day-to-day basis. 5 astronomical number, particularly for homicides. However, it's important to understand, and as disconnected as I will sound when I say this, stay with me for a second. Winston-Salem is a safe city. However, it's safer for some than others. If you're participating in gang activity, in the dope gang, attend liquor houses or 2 to 6s, or any of those type of illegal activities, yes indeed, it's less safe for you. And that's just the way it is.
So he's even saying to the victims, if you participate in align yourself with these types of activities, it is going to be less safe.
But majority of our community, they are doing exactly that. They are ensuring that they're doing the right thing and they're living, playing, and working. However, it's some that aren't. And when those folks don't, it's incumbent upon us, village, because of us, to step in as the village, because no matter what side of town this occurs on, there's a problem in South Winston, North Winston, East Winston, West Winston, it's coming to the other side of town. Okay, so we got to get out of the idea thinking that's not my problem. It's all of our problems. And all of us need to be looking, present company included, all of us need to be looking in the mirror and asking ourselves, can we do more?
And what does that look like, the stepping in and doing more?
That means calling when you see folks just hanging out. In particular, 30 to 40 folks at that party on camera, and very little cooperation. 3 lives and very little cooperation. Same as Studio 71. We can start there. You can also start by ensuring you're taking care of home first.
Chief, y'all this year, y'all really try to push the problem with youth and crime. And does it discourage you, or does it push you, make you more ready to go after and maybe come up with something, a new way to get this? Because this was for what, 3 people, you know, in the teens and stuff. Anything you feel discouraged about what you've been trying to do and seeing now there's 3 more deaths?
Now naturally, I'm frustrated, but we're as vigilant as ever. We're going to work these cases to the best of our ability with all intentions on bringing those to justice. That's never going to change. However, to your point as well, when I've talked about juveniles and I talked about structure and I talked about parenting and guiding and the village taking place, I hope it's not lost on others that I'm just not talking about the youth being suspects in crimes. All research states that kids who aren't getting the guidance they need are just as likely to be victims of crime as suspects. So when I talk about what I'm talking about, and I'm saying this for the safety of our youth, I'm talking about the safety of our youth.
That's going to be the final question for us. I appreciate you guys. Any other follow-up can come to me. I'm going to let him.
Thank you.
Boom. And there you have it. I mean, he seems pretty agitated about the issue. He's not going for it. You know, he's not letting people make excuses. He's addressing the issues going on in the community and the parenting issues, especially going on where you got these kids out at different times of the night, and you know, they're pretty much being able to roam however they want, and they're committing murders, and they're in gangs, and they're, you know, doing all types of crash out activities. So very concerning here. Very bloody weekend in Winston-Salem, but hopefully they can get it together. You know, I don't think Winston-Salem's really known for this amount of violence, but it obviously can get popping anywhere because these super gremlins are on demon time.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.